people spend $20,000, $30,000, all the way up to $50,000 on their brand new tractor, and they completely overlook the thing that's actually gonna get it home. And trust me, you do not wanna be in a situation that you are this guy right here, but I have a solution for this problem. We'll get to that at the end of the video because there are lots of different trailer type of setups that you can get, and it's important that you think of everything you're getting on your tractor as you get to that point. So we can look at a setup just like this, right? So you're spending a large amount of money. We got a 55 horse tractor with a cab. This trailer right here is a 22-foot trailer. This shows just one example of what you could be walking away with to make this work for your situation. So in this particular case, we got a 22-foot tilt deck trailer. So first of all, you got to think of axles. So right here, we've got two 7,000-pound axles. It's got 14,000 pounds of weight capacity minus the weight of the trailer, right? So what can this setup actually hold? If this trailer weighs 3,000 pounds, it can hold around 11,000. That's what the trailer can hold. It doesn't mean that the ramp can hold it. This is a perfect example why a tilt deck has massive advantages. It always is gonna get whatever you need up on that trailer. You're not gonna have a weight restriction of just ramping it on depending on what you got, right? We got a tractor here that's a 4,000 to 5,000 pound setup, especially by the time you're starting to add implements, it's gonna go well beyond that. So that leads me to the very first problem, right? You saw the issue. Once you start adding implements, that's where you start to get in trouble. And so look at this guy right here. This is about to leave our lot. This is why I'm shooting this part of the video first. But this setup all the way, we've got a deck that's 22 foot long. And if we look to the back of this setup right now, we got to get a flag on the back of this because we're a little bit overhanging. Now, not a huge deal if he's not going to transport this with the brush cutter all that much, but that's definitely something to think about on this setup. Now, we don't have a ramp gate in this case. That right there is something you got to think about because that could be a big advantage if you have a little bit of overhang, okay? Now, typically on a trailer, when you get something with a ramp gate, a lot of the times, it depends on your setup, but you typically are going to have open sidewalls. That's a really big advantage, I think, when you are thinking about a tractor, you think about implements. So look at the front of this setup right here. There could have been implements that were loaded from the side and the bucket picked them up. Maybe it's a one-time use case, right? Where you're trying to get a whole setup in here, but we got forks tucked in this way. We've got the tiller tucked and of course this bucket on top. And so scrunching all that on here, that's an advantage. But when he does go to unload this, or it depends on what it is, right? He could come and he could lift this off from the side, actually. It could be from the front, but there's some big advantages. And look right here, we got a 7-foot tiller. So if you look at the front of this trailer right now, it's overhanging a little bit. There is no way that this tiller would go out like this if it had side rails on it like this trailer over here. So I'd say that's rule number one to think about. What size tractor are you getting? What is the width of the implements? That might completely determine if you can get a trailer with side rails or not. So I got Justin with me. I was just talking about this whole setup that you got. You're in the forestry business, you have an excavator, you're thinking of dual purpose, right? So that's a whole nother part of this video is you gotta think of how you can use a trailer a bunch of different ways. Are you only gonna use this for the tractor? Why did you go with the tilt deck and the length and all that on this setup?
Well, the reason why I did this is for convenience, or easy on, easy off. This is pretty much just gonna be for doing food plots and different things on my hunting property, so I just didn't want to deal with the ramps. It's nice just to hit the pins, and the tilt ramp works excellent for this kind of stuff. Drive on, drive off, makes life real easy. This tractor and this implements, this is exactly what this trailer is going to be used for.
So off goes that package, and again, what are the other options that you can have as far as setups? Here's another example, right? I see people with setups like this, and you can do simply some pull-out ramps, and obviously it's a lot more affordable because you're not dealing with the tailgate, because that is a huge factor to think about. Tractors are heavy, and so if you have a ramp like this, you know, obviously there's an advantage in the fact that this is absolutely gonna be heavy duty enough to get something like a tractor. Dump trailers can be multi-purpose. That's another popular thing I see going out with tractors, and you're saving money on the gate. So if it's just simply moving that tractor a handful of times throughout the year, I do see setups like this that you're saving money because you don't have a tailgate. But again, you got to think of GVWR, gross vehicle weight rating. And so looking at trailers here, right? Two 3,500-pound axles has a 7,000-pound weight capacity. This right here is only a 12-foot trailer, right? You always got to think about length. You could only do something like this if you had a small 22-horse or 25-horse tractor, because when you start to add implements, then it's just simply not going to work. Let's look at this used setup. So obviously length is a factor. This is a utility-style trailer. Could this work for your tractor? Well, it could work for the first handful of times that you use it. It could work for the first year or two, but I'll tell you that I think you're gonna start to run into some issues long-term when you have a more utility style trailer for your tractor. And let's think about this setup right here. This has two 7,000-pound axles on it, 8 lug rims, and you'll be able to see that by looking at the amount of lugs typically. And so when you see 8 lugs, typically it's a 7,000-pound axle. So although this trailer can absolutely hold 10 to 11,000 pounds, you see a very different build structure right here versus what we just saw leave the lot, okay? Again, we're just looking at the actual frame build. Is this gonna be heavy enough for a tractor? And look at the gate on here. So don't just look at what, again, this can hold. Look at the gate. This has some reinforcements here, but if I got on with a very heavy tractor and there's not rear support back by this gate, you're gonna have some issues. Let's look at a trailer that's over on the other side of the lot that has a ramp gate. What do you need to make sure you see in your ramp gate if you're doing a 40, 50 plus horse tractor? Here's a great example right here. Now this one, you could get a trailer like this with side rails. This has the advantage of side loading, but it has the advantage of being able to get other things besides just your tractor, right? You can see a lot of stand-up ramps on a trailer type setup where you can get a tractor, but this one's real nice. And then you'll see this actually has an L supporting bracket under it. This is gonna be the difference in bending a ramp gate or not when you got a really heavy tractor. So in Justin's scenario, he has a forestry business, he has a skid steer. There's a lot of different things and some advantages to that tilt deck, but you wanna think of the multi-dimensional type use. So a trailer that we just talked about, right, with the mesh gate, you could actually pull 0 turns on there. But again, you got to think of the other things you might use this setup for. But let's come full circle to the dilemma we had at the start of this video right here. So this is kind of a subcompact tractor. This is a Bad Boy 3026. We sell Bad Boy tractors here. And so you got around a 25 horse tractor. This is kind of what I would call more of like a mid-grade size for a 25 horse tractor. And this is a 16-foot trailer. So 101, you get in a situation like this, if you are adding a brush hog, clearly there is not enough room. Now, what can you do if you've got a trailer set up like this? You want to be able to hook your tractor up just like you see it, just like you can actually use it. But this could come off. You could transport something like this that does not have sidewalls. And if this whole piece here, this is 5 foot wide, but the actual length on this, I'm not sure exactly what it's adding, probably around 6-7 feet. This could absolutely be taken off the tractor. This tractor happens to have forks on it, and this brush cutter could be sitting underneath the loader right here. There would be room to fit this package. A lot of the time when people get a tractor, they might need to transport this more on a service basis. So if you know the brush cutters always stay in one spot, that would not be a big deal. You could absolutely have a 16-foot package. This particular customer did elect to upgrade, and he is getting the 20-foot because he wants this to be hooked up, ready to rock and roll if he needs to transport everything in more often cases. If you are getting a brush hog in your tractor, get at least a 20-foot trailer, okay? And I can tell you, if we go back to the setup that we were talking about a little bit ago, if you're going with one of these bigger tractors, this is a 5 foot wide brush hog, and you see the total length here. A 20-foot trailer would fit you just perfect. This customer was wanting to go this route. We knew it would be kind of close. You know, you don't do all the measurements where everything gets hooked up. And this customer is going to get moved over to this right here. And this is utility style trailer. And as I've talked about, there are some disadvantages in the fact that I can't side load, but you also have containment rails on there, which is definitely a positive. Now, because we're a full 20 foot, we're not gonna have to worry about any sort of overhang. This package on this trailer is gonna fit more to the end. And then axle capacity is 2 3,500-pound axles. That's completely fine for a tractor of this size. And depending on where you're at in the country, we're here in Michigan, we do lots of package type deals. And when you're buying a tractor from your dealer, it's very common that you're gonna see package type of stuff. Not all these dealers are going to have trailers like we do. We sell our own branded trailers, some of the best pricing in the country. So we happen to sell Bad Boy tractors, and they will give implement rebates or get really heavy discounts on the rebates. We go on top of that and we give a 5% discount on all of our trailers. So what could some of that pricing look like? This is a 16-foot car hauler, $35.99. If you're getting a brush hog, clearly don't get this setup right here unless it's a one-time go and you're gonna overhang a foot or two, get your red flag on there. We got big 20-foot trailers. And I think when you get into this, you're gonna spend $4,000 or $5,000 and beyond. This particular trailer is kind of one of the better builds that you can get with the spring-loaded gates, $42.99. This is for a tube top trailer, but again, 5% off. So that is something to consider. Look for the package pricing. Bring this sort of stuff up to your dealer if they are in the trailer market as well. And so lastly, what else could you consider in terms of that trailer package? You see, there are aluminum options. And the big thing that we've talked about throughout this video is thinking about the actual ramp capacity of what you've got going on, right? So you could get an aluminum trailer. It's gonna be a softer metal, but the big thing is having the supports, those L brackets behind the ramp. You can absolutely get an aluminum trailer as well. Steel is a tougher piece of metal and you can weld it accordingly. So these are all factors that I think you should think about. And I did want to show this as I had the other trailer loaded up, ready to go, because there's so many different styles that you can go with. There's some advantages, disadvantages. We personally transport all of our tractor setups just like this. So we have an identical trailer that we use within the business, and this is sort of a style that to me fits all types of uses. The big thing that we've learned from this video is you got axle capacities, you've got distance that you got to cover, and you've got ramp capacity. So make sure you think of all those things as you're getting that tractor. And hey, if you need a tractor, if you need a trailer, come see us here in Jackson, Michigan. We do deals all across the country, and we'd love to help you out.